Hey everybody, Dean Graziosi, welcome to the Weekly Wisdom. It's an honor and a privilege to have you back. I'm going to talk about something today that I've talked about probably a lot through the years. This is 8 years now doing these videos every week for you. And I want to talk about change because it always comes up. It's the thing that never stops happening in our life, but it's the thing most people fear the most. And why don't people change? And I've been thinking about that lately. And what I believe is, without realizing, we get in a hypnotic rhythm of our day. We get into a routine. We pick up habits. And think about this. When you have a routine or you have a habit, you don't have to think about it anymore. Let me ask you, do you drive a car and still talk on the phone? Do you think when you drive now? Do you think that you got to turn the ignition on and hold the wheel and push down the gas? No, you don't even think when you're driving. You just do it. And you could do other things while you're driving, right? There's so many things that you do as a habit that your brain doesn't have to work anymore. And that's the thing. Think about something you do or used to do for a living at a job. If you went in day one and it was new, you had to use your brain. You had to think of what direction to go. How do I not fail? What's the best way? How do you think through this? But then all of a sudden, when you figure all that out, right? Then you go in and you just do it as a routine, as a habit. Your brain doesn't even light up. If you had your brain on an X-ray or an MRI, it wouldn't light up anymore, right? So I think the reason change is so difficult is because there's things that you do that don't serve you, but have become a habit. Maybe it's thinking. Maybe you think of what could go wrong in your life rather than what could go right. That becomes a habit. Maybe you have a story that says, I can't go to the next level in life because I'm not smart enough, I'm not rich enough, I'm not in the right area, I don't have enough time, my spouse doesn't support me. That story becomes a part of you. It becomes a habit. It becomes a routine. And then if you can't change it, that story runs your life. So why is change hard? Because of routines and habits, our brains just give out and we just do it like a robot. We're in this hypnotic rhythm. And I think the biggest thing that scares everybody is that they think change is you got to change everything about you. It's not a New Year's resolution. That's why they don't work. You don't have to make a 180 to change your life. Just figure out some of the stories, some of the routines, some of the habits that aren't serving you, that aren't fulfilling your bigger purpose. Most of us know where we don't want to go. You need to know where you want to go. I talk about that all the time. When you know where you want to go, it's easy to say no to the crap that doesn't feed that goal. And when you say you know where you want to go, start looking at the routines and the habits that you need to start changing. You need to start tweaking. Don't get scared of change. Embrace change by knowing that you're only going to do an inch at a time. How do you run a 1,000-mile race? One step at a time. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. How do you make change? One little tweak at a time. Find those habits, find those routines that aren't serving your bigger future, and start making those adjustments immediately. Guys, if you're one of my real estate students, also, I want to let you know that I'm doing something pretty special. This week, there's a link on this page, or you can go to elitetrial.com. That's elitetrial.com and try Insider Elite. It's one of the greatest sites we ever put together. You can take a whole 14-day test drive for $1. Then you can get all my New York Times best-selling books. You can get the past Edge live events, my courses, all kinds of stuff that's immediately accessible for $1 trial. And then after that, just $39 a month. I built this for the people that didn't have the money to buy high-level education, but still could have access to the information. I want to make sure that everybody who's watching, if you want an ability to make more money, if you want the ability to live a better life, that's why I do the Weekly Wisdoms, live with abundance. And if you also want the opportunity to make money with real estate and you don't have a lot of money, or even if you got all the money in the world, you're going to want to be an Insider Elite member. So go take it for a test drive for $1, literally 14 days. Use the heck out of it. And it's at elitetrial.com. You'll thank me, I promise you. I'll talk to you guys next week.